My dear friend, there is a divine rhythm to life, a flow that carries you, supports you, and guides you. But too often we resist it. We struggle, we chase, we force things to happen, believing that if we do more, try harder, or control every detail, life will finally fall into place. But what if I told you that the key to receiving is not in doing more, but in doing less? There comes a time when the best action you can take is no action at all. A time to surrender, to trust, and to allow the universe to work on your behalf. When you truly let go, you will see how effortlessly everything aligns for you. Let's explore how to step into this state of ease and grace. There is a natural flow to life, an effortless rhythm that guides everything into place when we allow it. But too often we resist this flow. We push, we struggle, we chase, thinking that if we just try a little harder, if we just do a little more, things will finally work out the way we want. We believe that we must force outcomes, control situations, and dictate how everything unfolds in order to be successful, loved, or happy. But the truth is, forcing something that isn't ready or isn't meant for us only creates stress, frustration, and resistance. Imagine holding a delicate butterfly in your hand. If you grip it too tightly, you crush its wings and it loses its ability to fly. But if you hold it gently, allowing it the freedom to stay or go, it may choose to rest with you. Life works the same way. The more you force, the more you push things away. The more you let go, the more everything flows effortlessly into place. Releasing the need to force outcomes does not mean giving up. It does not mean you stop caring or that you no longer have desires. It simply means you trust the process. It means you surrender the need to control every step and instead allow things to unfold naturally. It means you understand that what is meant for you will never need to be forced. Think of the times in your life when things felt easy, when opportunities, relationships, or solutions appeared just at the right moment. Those were the moments when you were in harmony with life, not struggling against it. And now, think of the times when you tried to control everything, when you pushed too hard for success, when you clung to something out of fear of losing it. Did it bring you peace, or did it exhaust you? When you force outcomes, you create unnecessary tension in your mind and body. You live in a state of worry, constantly asking, what if this doesn't happen? What if I don't get what I want? This fear-based energy actually blocks you from receiving the very thing you desire. Because when you are so fixated on controlling an outcome, you are not open to the infinite possibilities that the universe has in store for you. The truth is, you don't need to force what is truly aligned with you. The right people, opportunities, and experiences will naturally gravitate toward you when you are at peace within yourself. When you relax and trust, you shift your energy from desperation to confidence, from fear to faith. Letting go of control requires trust. Trust that everything is working in your favor, even when you don't understand how. Trust that delays are not denials. They are redirections towards something better. Trust that if something is meant for you, it will come with ease. And if it is not, it is only making room for what is. This kind of trust allows you to live with a sense of peace and ease. It helps you release attachment to specific outcomes and instead focus on the present moment. Because in truth, all we ever have is now. Worrying about the future only takes away the joy of today. One of the most powerful ways to stop forcing outcomes is to practice surrender. Surrender does not mean you stop taking action. It means you take inspired action, but without attachment to the results. You set your intentions, you put in effort, but you remain open to how things unfold. You stop trying to control the how and the when, and instead trust that everything is aligning in divine timing. When you find yourself trying to force something, whether it's a relationship, a job, or any outcome, pause. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, am I acting from trust or from fear? If it's fear, let it go. Redirect your focus toward the things you can control: your mindset, your energy, your well-being. The rest will take care of itself. You deserve a life that flows effortlessly. You deserve to receive with ease, not struggle. The moment you stop forcing and start trusting, life begins to unfold in ways more beautiful than you ever imagined. And when you finally release control, you'll see that everything you once chased is now coming to you. Overthinking is like a storm in the mind, a constant swirl of thoughts that cloud your judgment and drain your energy. It keeps you trapped in an endless cycle of analyzing, doubting, and second-guessing, preventing you from seeing the truth that is right in front of you. When you overthink, you are not allowing life to flow naturally. Instead, you are trying to control every outcome by running through endless possibilities in your mind. But clarity does not come from excessive thinking. It comes from stillness, from trust, and from allowing answers to reveal themselves in their own time. There is a part of you that already knows what to do. Deep within, there is an inner guidance, a wisdom that speaks softly. But when your mind is filled with noise, you cannot hear it. When you are constantly analyzing and overanalyzing, you block yourself from receiving the clarity that is trying to come to you. The more you try to force an answer, the more elusive it becomes. It is like stirring up muddy water. The more you agitate it, the cloudier it gets. But when you allow it to settle, the water clears and you can see the bottom. Your mind works the same way. When you quiet the overthinking, the answers become clearer. Many people believe that thinking more will help them find the right solution, but in reality, overthinking creates confusion and doubt. It makes you feel stuck, paralyzed by too many choices, afraid of making the wrong decision. But what if there is no wrong decision? What if every choice leads you exactly where you are meant to be? When you let go of the fear of making a mistake, you free yourself from the mental prison of overanalyzing every possibility. Life is not meant to be controlled through endless thought. It is meant to be experienced. Some of the best decisions you will ever make will come from a place of intuition, from a moment of clarity that arrives when you least expect it. Have you ever noticed that your best ideas come when you are relaxed, while taking a walk, showering, or just before falling asleep? That is because in those moments your mind is at ease, open to receiving inspiration rather than trying to force it. Overthinking often comes from fear of failure, fear of uncertainty, fear of making a mistake. But fear is an illusion, a barrier that keeps you from seeing things as they truly are. When you let go of fear, you let go of the need to control everything with your mind. You step into a state of trust, knowing that clarity will come when the time is right. One of the most effective ways to quiet overthinking is to be present. Overthinking lives in the past and the future. It replays past mistakes and worries about what could go wrong in the future. But clarity lives in the now. When you bring your focus to the present moment, you step out of the loop of overanalyzing and into a space where peace and understanding naturally arise. Trust yourself. Trust that you don't need to figure everything out all at once. Trust that you are capable of making the right decisions without overanalyzing every detail. The universe is always guiding you, always sending you signs and answers, but you must be open to receiving them. When your mind is too busy trying to control everything, you miss the gentle nudges, the moments of inspiration, the signs that are pointing you in the right direction. There is a natural order to life, a divine intelligence that orchestrates everything with perfect timing. Yet so often we feel the need to control every detail, to force things into place, to push against the current instead of flowing with it. We hold on too tightly, afraid that if we let go, things will fall apart. But the truth is, when we release our grip, we make space for something greater. The universe is always rearranging things for us, aligning circumstances, people, and opportunities in ways we may not yet understand. When something doesn't work out the way you planned, it's easy to feel frustrated, disappointed, or even defeated. But what if that delay, that redirection, or that ending was actually part of a greater plan? What if the universe was clearing the path for something far better than what you originally envisioned? What if every setback was actually a setup for something greater? The universe operates with infinite wisdom. It knows what is truly best for you, even when you don't see it yet. But in order for things to shift in your favor, you must be willing to let go of control. You must allow space for transformation, for divine timing, and for unexpected blessings to unfold. The more you resist, the harder things feel. The more you surrender, the more everything falls into place. Surrendering does not mean giving up. It does not mean sitting back and waiting for life to happen without taking action. It means aligning yourself with the flow of life instead of resisting it. It means trusting that what is meant for you will come effortlessly and what is not meant for you will fall away. When you try to control every detail, you limit what the universe can bring you. But when you step back and allow things to unfold naturally, you open yourself to possibilities beyond what you could have imagined. Have you ever looked back at a time when something didn't go your way, only to later realize that it was a blessing in disguise? Perhaps a relationship ended and you later met someone who was a better match for you. Perhaps you didn't get the job you wanted, but something even better came along. Perhaps you lost something, only to find that it made space for something far greater. The universe is always working behind the scenes, shifting things into place, even when it feels like things are falling apart. One of the greatest acts of faith is to trust in the unknown, to believe that even when you cannot see the path ahead, it is still leading you exactly where you need to be. To release the need to control how everything happens and instead trust that it is all happening for your highest good. When you stop clinging to the way you think things should be, you allow room for something even better. Letting the universe rearrange things for you requires patience. It requires a deep trust that delays are not denials, that closed doors are making way for open ones, and that everything is unfolding in perfect timing. When you find yourself feeling anxious about the future, remind yourself that the universe is always working in your favor. What is meant for you will never miss you, and what is not meant for you will naturally fade away. The key to allowing this process to unfold is to stay open. Open to change, open to new possibilities, open to the unexpected. Sometimes what we think we want is far smaller than what the universe has planned for us. Sometimes the best things happen when we stop forcing and start trusting. So release the worry, the doubt, and the fear. Let go of the need to control every outcome. Instead, affirm to yourself, I trust that the universe is rearranging things for my highest good. I am open to all the blessings coming my way. I surrender the need to control, and I allow life to flow effortlessly. Watch what happens when you step back and trust. Watch how everything begins to align. Watch how opportunities appear, relationships transform, and unexpected blessings find their way to you. The universe is always working for you. All you have to do is allow it. There is a deep sense of peace that comes when you learn to detach emotionally from the things you cannot control. So often we hold on too tightly, whether it's to a relationship, a goal, or an outcome we desperately want. We cling, we overthink, we try to manipulate circumstances, believing that if we just do enough, say enough, or try hard enough, we can make things go our way. But the truth is, real power comes from letting go, from allowing things to come or go without resistance, from trusting that what is meant for you will stay and what is not will naturally fade away. Emotional detachment does not mean you stop caring, does not mean you become cold, distant, or indifferent. It means you free yourself from the grip of attachment, from the anxiety of needing things to happen a certain way. It means you step back and allow life to unfold without forcing or begging. It means you trust in the natural flow of life instead of trying to control it. One of the biggest reasons people struggle with emotional detachment is fear. Fear of losing someone, fear of missing an opportunity, fear that if they let go, nothing better will come along. But fear is an illusion. It convinces you to hold on, even when holding on is causing you pain. It keeps you stuck in cycles of attachment, disappointment, and suffering. The moment you let go of fear, you set yourself free. You create space for something greater. Think about the relationships, opportunities, and experiences in your life that have caused you the most pain. Were they not the ones you were most attached to? The ones you were afraid to lose? Attachment leads to suffering because it makes your happiness dependent on external things, on people, on outcomes, on circumstances that are beyond your control. But when you detach, you reclaim your power. You find happiness within yourself, not in whether something stays or goes. Detaching emotionally is an act of self-love. It means you choose peace over chaos. It means you stop chasing people who do not value you. It means you stop obsessing over things that are no longer serving you. It means you trust that if something is truly meant for you, it will never require you to beg, force, or suffer to keep it. And if something is not meant for you, no amount of attachment will make it stay. So how do you detach emotionally? How do you let things come or go without losing yourself in the process? First, become aware of your attachments. Notice what you are clinging to, what is causing you anxiety, what you are afraid to lose. Awareness is the first step to change. When you recognize where your attachments lie, you can begin the process of releasing them. Second, shift your focus inward. Instead of obsessing over what is happening outside of you, turn your attention to your inner world. Nurture your self-worth, your inner peace, your personal growth. The more you build a strong foundation within yourself, the less you will depend on external things to bring you happiness. Third, practice surrender. Let go of the need to control everything. Trust that life is unfolding exactly as it should, even if it does not always make sense in the moment. Surrendering does not mean giving up. It means accepting what is without resistance. It means trusting that whatever is meant for you will find its way to you effortlessly. Fourth, set boundaries. Emotional detachment requires you to stop engaging in situations that drain you, in relationships that do not nourish you, in patterns that keep you stuck. Protect your energy. Choose peace over drama. Choose yourself over anything that disrupts your well-being. In a world that moves at an overwhelming pace, stillness is often overlooked, even feared. We are constantly bombarded with messages telling us to do more, achieve more, be more. There is always something to chase, something to fix, something to control. But in this endless cycle of doing, we forget the power of simply being. We forget that stillness is not emptiness. It is where true wisdom, clarity, and strength reside. Stillness is where you reconnect with yourself. It is where you step away from the noise of the world and tune into the voice of your soul. It is where answers reveal themselves, not through force, but through quiet awareness. When you embrace stillness, you stop chasing life and instead allow life to come to you. You stop reacting to every little thing and start responding with intention. You begin to understand that not every situation needs your immediate action. Not every thought needs to be analyzed. And not every emotion needs to be acted upon. So many people resist stillness because they associate it with inaction. They believe that if they stop moving, stop pushing, stop striving, they will fall behind. But stillness is not stagnation. It is power. When you pause, when you breathe, when you quiet the mind, you create space for new insights to emerge. You allow your intuition to speak louder than your fears. You step into a state of trust where life can unfold naturally without unnecessary struggle. Consider the ocean. When the waters are turbulent, you cannot see clearly beneath the surface. But when the waves settle, everything becomes visible. This is what happens when you embrace stillness. The chaos of your mind settles, and you begin to see with clarity. You begin to understand what truly matters and what is simply noise. In stillness, you meet yourself on a deeper level. You begin to recognize the patterns that have kept you stuck, the fears that have been guiding your choices, the emotions you have suppressed for too long. And in this recognition, you find healing. You realize that you are not your thoughts, you are not your past, and you are not defined by the external world. You are something far greater, something whole, something powerful, something infinite. Stillness allows you to detach from the constant need for validation. It teaches you that your worth is not determined by how much you do, how much you achieve, or how many people approve of you. In stillness, you find peace in simply being. You stop seeking outside of yourself for fulfillment and recognize that everything you have been searching for already exists within you. There is a reason why some of the greatest minds in history valued solitude and reflection. It is in the quiet moments that creativity is born, that solutions become clear, that deep transformation takes place. When you are always running, always chasing, you miss the opportunity to receive the guidance that is trying to reach you. But when you stop, when you sit in stillness, you align yourself with the natural rhythm of life. You begin to attract the very things you once chased. If you struggle to embrace stillness, start small. Take a few moments each day to simply sit with yourself without distractions. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and just be. Observe your thoughts without judgment. Notice the emotions that arise. Allow everything to be as it is, without trying to change or fix anything. At first, it may feel uncomfortable. The mind may resist, filling the silence with endless thoughts and worries. But with time, you will learn to welcome stillness as a friend. You will discover that within the quiet, there is a deep well of peace, a source of strength that cannot be shaken by external circumstances. When you embrace stillness, you begin to navigate life differently. You stop reacting impulsively. You stop letting fear dictate your choices. You become more present, more intentional, more in tune with the flow of life. And in this state of presence, you find that everything begins to unfold with greater ease. Opportunities come effortlessly. Relationships deepen. Inner peace becomes your natural state. Stillness is not about escaping life. It is about fully engaging with it from a place of clarity and strength. It is about moving with purpose instead of rushing mindlessly. It is about trusting that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing at all. So allow yourself to slow down, to breathe, to listen, to trust that in the silence, the universe is working for you. In the stillness, you are not alone. You are aligned with something greater than yourself. And from this place of deep presence, everything you seek will find its way to you. Peace is not something you chase, it is something you allow. It is always present, waiting for you to choose it over fear, over worry, over the need to control. Yet in the fast-paced world we live in, peace often feels like a distant dream, something we experience only when everything in life is perfect. But true peace is not found in perfect circumstances, it is found within. It is a choice, a state of being that you can cultivate no matter what is happening around you. When you let peace be your guide, you stop allowing external situations to dictate your inner state. You stop reacting impulsively to things that are out of your control. Instead, you become the calm in the storm, the steady presence that remains unshaken, even when life presents challenges. You no longer let fear drive your decisions. You no longer let stress consume you. You no longer let other people's negativity pull you away from your center. So many people search for peace in the outside world, believing that once they have the perfect job, the perfect relationship, or the perfect body, they will finally feel at ease. But peace does not come from external achievements. It comes from within. It is not something you acquire. It is something you tune into. It is already there, beneath the layers of worry, stress, and overthinking. You do not need to chase peace. You simply need to allow it. To let peace be your guide, you must first let go of the illusion of control. Life is unpredictable. No matter how much you plan, no matter how much you try to control outcomes, things will not always go your way. But that does not mean you have to suffer. Peace comes when you surrender to the flow of life, when you trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, even if you cannot see the bigger picture yet. This does not mean you stop taking action. It does not mean you stop striving for your goals or sit back and do nothing. It means you move through life with trust rather than anxiety. You take action from a place of faith, not fear. You make decisions with a calm mind rather than a restless one. When you let peace guide you, you move with clarity and purpose instead of desperation and stress. One of the greatest obstacles to peace is the habit of overthinking. The mind loves to create problems that do not exist. It replays past mistakes, worries about the future, and gets caught in endless loops of what-ifs. But peace is found in the present moment. It is found when you silence the mental noise and allow yourself to simply be. The more you learn to quiet your mind, the more peace you will feel. This is why practices like meditation, deep breathing, and mindfulness are so powerful. They bring you back to the now, where peace already exists. They remind you that in this moment you are safe, that in this moment there is nothing to fear, that in this moment you can simply breathe and be. Letting peace guide you also means choosing your battles wisely. Not everything requires your energy. Not every argument needs a response. Not every challenge needs to steal your joy. When you prioritize peace, you become more selective about what you give your attention to. You stop engaging in unnecessary drama. You stop letting other people's opinions shake your confidence. You learn to walk away from anything that disrupts your inner calm.